cordless mower brands are lying to you about runtime. Not exaggerating, lying. That 60-minute battery on the box? Real-world tests tell a very different story. Today we find out which ones actually deliver and which ones quietly waste your money. I've tested 7 cordless mowers across real yards, and here's what I found. Battery claims are fiction, cut quality varies wildly, and price tells you almost nothing. A $400 mower lost to a $269 one in 3 out of 4 metrics. So today I'm cutting through the marketing. Runtime under load, cut consistency, build quality, and value at each price point. No sponsored reviews, no brand relationships, just the data. By the end, you'll know exactly which mower to buy, which ones to skip, and why the most expensive option isn't even in the top 3. Let's start at the bottom of the ranking. The WORX Nitro WG760 comes in at $429 and leads with variable speed self-propulsion and a dual battery setup. Sounds like a complete package. But here's the problem. Marketing claims are easy. Performance data is harder. At 4.4 stars across 241 reviews, it's not a disaster. Buyers aren't angry. They're just underwhelmed for the price. The aerodeck venting and IntelliCut sensors sound genuinely clever on paper. Automatically throttling motor speed through thick patches to conserve runtime is a real idea. But without independent runtime and coverage data to back those claims, you're essentially paying $429 on faith. Two 20-volt 5.0 ampere-hour batteries and a brushless motor that WORX says delivers 40% more power than first gen. Plausible. Unverified by third-party testing. That's the recurring theme here. For this price, you need proven yard performance, not a spec sheet. The next mower actually has that evidence. And the gap is uncomfortable. Ego's pitch for the LM2135 SP is bold. 56 volts power that exceeds gas, 60 minutes of runtime, and a touch drive system that puts speed control literally under your thumb. At $599.99, that pitch needs to hold up completely. So let's stress test it. The touch drive is genuinely different. Variable self-propel from 0.9 to 3.1 miles per hour controlled by hand pressure, not a fixed speed lever. Real world, that means you're not fighting the mower on hills or awkward turns. That part earns its keep. The Select Cut multi-blade system and high-efficiency brushless motor are legitimate specs. The 4.4-star rating across over 1,400 reviews backs the build quality. But here's the uncomfortable part. 60 minutes of runtime on that 7.5. Battery sounds generous until you're pricing what a second battery costs. Large yards may push you right up against that ceiling. For a half acre or under, this is a serious, capable machine. Bigger than that, do the math before you commit. The next mower doesn't make you do math. At $217.99, the Craftsman 18-inch makes a familiar pitch. Brushless motor, self-propelled, 2 batteries included. Sounds like a lot of mower for the money. And honestly, on paper, it mostly is. The brushless motor spins at 3,600 revolutions per minute, which is competitive. You get 6 cutting height positions, a 13.2-gallon bag, and speed adjustment from 1.4 to 2.9 miles per hour. That's a real self-propel range, not a gimmick. But here's where the math gets uncomfortable. 15 reviews. That's it. A 4.7 rating sounds great until you realize the sample size is basically a neighborhood block party. You cannot stress test reliability on 15 data points. The 30-minute runtime is the other flag. 2 5.0 Ah batteries are included, which helps. But 30 minutes per charge means you're managing battery swaps on anything over a quarter acre. The 3-year tool warranty and the Z Fold storage design are genuine positives. No argument there. The Craftsman earns its rank 3 spot as a capable budget option for small, flat yards where the spec sheet delivers. For anyone pushing toward medium terrain or tighter schedules, the confidence just isn't there yet. So how does that stack up against the mower that actually has the review history to back it up? The Skill PWR Core 40 leads with a 20-inch cutting deck, a brushless 40-volt motor, and something called Auto PWR jump charging. At $349, that pitch sounds compelling. So let's stress test it. The 6.0 ampere-hour battery claims up to 50 minutes of runtime. Variable speed self-propel is genuinely useful. You're not locked into one pace across the whole yard. Push-button start means no pull cord drama. Those are real, tangible wins. Here's the problem. At 130 reviews and a 4.5-star rating, the sample size is thin. Thin enough that we can't confidently separate early adopter enthusiasm from long-term durability. We don't have sufficient data to tell you how it handles summer after summer, or whether that brushless motor holds up under sustained load. Marketing says all the right things. The review history doesn't yet say enough to confirm them. For $349, you need more than a promising spec sheet. You need a track record. And right now, this mower doesn't quite have one. Strong on paper, unproven in practice. That's the honest verdict. And the gap between those two things, that's exactly where the number one pick lives. So here's the number one pick. And yes, it's a brand you've probably never heard of. Novoric X. At $469.99, that immediately raises a fair question. Are you paying for hardware or for a logo? Let's stress test it. The 60 volts platform paired with a 1,200-watt brushless motor is the headline claim. In practical terms, that combination is built to push through thick, dense grass without bogging down, and brushless means less heat, less wear, quieter operation. The 21-inch steel deck covers real ground per pass. The variable self-propelled drive runs from 0.9 to 3.6 miles per hour, so you're not white-knuckling it down a slope. Runtime is rated at up to 65 minutes on the 5.0 ampere-hour battery, enough for roughly half an acre on a single charge. 3-in-1 versatility means mulch, bag, or side discharge. There's even an LED headlight for early mornings. Now the honest part, 30 reviews is a thin sample. This hasn't been stress tested at scale yet, but the specs are legitimate, the warranty is 3 years on the tool, and at this price, the hardware case is genuinely strong. For a buyer who wants real power without the cord, this is where I'd put my money. So let's stack these side by side because the specs tell a story the marketing definitely won't. Higher voltage means more blade torque under load. That's not negotiable. Wider cutting decks sound good until runtime can't back them up. Self-propulsion matters, but only if the drive system doesn't drag efficiency down. And price? Price is the whole argument. A mower that costs twice as much needs to perform twice as well. Or it's just a lifestyle purchase with grass stain potential. Most of these don't clear that bar. One of them clears it, and then some. That's the one we're building toward. So here's where everything lands. Small yard, tight budget. The entry-level pick does the job. Medium yard, you need the mid-tier. Don't argue with that math. Large property? Only one mower here actually held its performance across a full acre without thermal cutoff or runtime collapse. That's the winner. Not because of marketing, because of what the data showed when the lawn pushed back. Buy accordingly. Links to every mower are in the description. Current prices ranked in order. Subscribe if you want tests, not brochures. And drop your yard size in the comments. I'm curious where you land.